Most of us are working with leaders, but most of us, many actually, are having challenges benefiting from their leaders. They can't identify exactly what it is that they are benefiting from their leaders. For some, they have followed, they have been committed, at least in their view, but they are still disappointed. They are frustrated because they expected a lot, but what do they get? They feel that they are not getting enough or that they can do better. Yes, the chances are that you can do better. But instead of looking at the leader as the problem, I think it's time to take a look in the mirror because you may as well be the problem. There is probably something you are not doing, and that's why you are not making the most of your leader. That's why you are not getting what others are able to extract from your leader. If you are in this condition, then you need to pay rapt attention to what we'll be talking about today on leadership in 30 minutes. It's leadership in 30 minutes, and it's my pleasure to come to you again over the course of the next few minutes to share an important message on leadership with you. Leadership in 30 minutes. And you know my name, Olatunji Shobodu is my name, your anchor, your anchor. So today it's about the shortcut to your leader's heart, the shortcut to your leader's heart. I call it the surefire way to your leader's heart. What is that surefire way? All right. Why are we looking at this issue in relation to the heart of the leader? Because what you get from your leader is a function of how much you touch the leader's heart. I mean, think about it. If you are the leader, if anyone wants to get anything from you, if they can really touch your heart, they will have all they need and much more, all right, to their own surprise, because that's just the way that it works. That's the way that it works. So, what is that shortcut to your leader's heart? Why is it that you are not maximizing the benefit that your leader has to offer? Let me, insist, if you like, that look, leaders matter to your life. Good leaders matter to the outcomes that you experience in life. We are all supposed to be under one leader or the other. That's how life was designed to work. He gave some apostles, some prophets, some evangelists, some teachers, some pastors for the perfecting of the saints. All right, they are leaders. They are given because they have something to do to help us, all right, to come to the fullness of what God uh, has in store for us. So good leaders, they matter. They determine the outcomes of our lives. Many of us have shortchanged ourselves because of the way that we have interacted with our leader, because of the levity that with which we have, carried the leadership relationship. We have not accorded the relationship with our leaders, the right priority. We haven't approached it with the level of seriousness that it requires. Too many people think they can become something without the input of others who are more experienced, who can act like coaches or mentors. No, we are making a big mistake. we're making a big mistake. All right. Everyone needs a leader to make the most of his or her life. Every leader needs a leader as well, as you will see shortly. No man or no person is an island. No person is an island. No person is designed to be or to operate as an island. And even leaders need leaders as well. All right. Even leaders need leaders as well. And what leaders do is that they come to our rescue, especially at critical times. They come to our rescue. You can bank on them. One of the reasons that they can do that is because much of what you are seeing, they have seen them before. Much of what you are passing through, they have also had cause to pass through them before. And so they have experience, they have exposure. They can really and truly be of help. But guess what? Your ability to benefit from the help that they have to offer, your ability to access the competence, all right, that they boast of, the capability or capacity of the leader is based on how well you can touch the leader's heart. The leader is human. The leader is also driven by emotions to some extent. All right, even though good leaders operate by principle, and so to that extent they have a heart. Guess what? I've often taught that all that the leader needs from anyone who is following is the heart. My son, give me your heart. Proverbs 23 and verse 26. My son, give me your heart. I'm not asking for any other thing. My son, if you are truly following me, if you truly want to be my son, give me your heart. It's a simple request, but it's a heavy request. Why? Because the heart is the most prized asset of any human being. All right, that's the engine room of your life. And so a leader is saying, give me that heart. Let it be sold out to me. But that's the way to touch the heart of a leader. That's the way to touch the heart of a leader. You can't approach the relationship with a leader, as one of those things. All right. As well, we're just here to do our work. You do my work, you do your work. All right. No, you want to make the most of the leader. You want to enjoy what the leader has to offer. You want the leader to be there for you at your critical moments. You want to truly be transformed. All right. So that you too can exhibit the capabilities and competence of the leader. You have to do more than just approach the leadership relationship casually. I guarantee you, anytime that your relationship with your leader is handled with levity, anytime that you are casual towards your leader, all right, you will not have much to show for following that leader. And it won't be the fault of the leader, it will be your fault. It will be your fault. You want to benefit from the leader, and you should benefit from the leader. Your life will do well to benefit from a leader. But the way to go is to approach the relationship with seriousness and to commit to the leader. To commit to the leader. You have to believe in the leader when you are following. And it's not optional. Yes, I mean, for you, you can treat it as optional. You are not obliged. But if your leader is what his or her sort, if your leader has what it takes to transform your life, if your leader is a leader indeed, a good leader, then you have to do more. You have to be committed. It's not optional. Otherwise, there is no way to benefit from the leader. There's no way to benefit. You can hang around the leader for years, you wouldn't have much to show. Your heart must be in it. You have to be, to have faith in your leader. You have to receive your leader as a leader. And that means believe in your leader and, accord your leader the respect that his or her position, demands. So your faith in your leader secures the best from the leader. All right. When you believe in your leader, that means you strongly commit, you touch the heart of your leader through the faith that you express. Try it. Believe, show your leader that you believe. All right. Let your leader know that you're committed. Let your leader know that whenever they speak, you move. Let your leader know that you are willing to cooperate. You are ready to do whatever is required to make the relationship with them successful. And wait and watch to see what you will get from the leader, the response that you would get from your leader. And I'm hoping that your leader is not a fake or a wicked one, but a good leader. When you touch the heart of the leader through your faith, there is nothing that can be obtained from the leader that you would not get. Absolutely nothing, I can guarantee. So the problem that leaves many frustrated and disappointed in their relationships with their leaders is because they have not made the commitment. They are not willing to make the commitment. They want to eat their cake and have it. They are not willing to believe in their leader, and not just saying it, but demonstrating it. Demonstrating it. And when that is not in place, your leader is helpless. When that is not in place, among others, your leader can equally not be committed to you. Your leader will not be motivated to deploy all that he has in your favor that will give you the experience that you desire. That's how it works. That's how it works. But let me show you that more than just believing in the leader, you need to believe in the authority of your leader. You need to believe in the authority of your leader. You need to believe in the power that your leader commands. Because your leader gets things done by authority and power. That's how he gets things done. That's how leaders get things done. And this is just not a naked demonstration of power or an authority. All right. So you need maybe another session I'll speak on that. But that's how leaders get things done. And Jesus showed that, for example, in Luke 9. Every time he was sending out his people, what did he give them? He gave them power and authority. In Luke chapter 9, he did that. He sent them out again in Luke chapter 10. He gave them what? Power and authority. Now, and those people went out and they did great things. They accomplished the kinds of things that their leader would accomplish. Their leader showed them the way. Look, the way I get results is through the authority and the power that I command. That's why he gave them nothing else other than power and authority. All right. So you must believe. Now, if those guys did not believe in the power and authority they were given, would they have been able to accomplish anything on their mission? No. Would they have been able to, as it were, do the kinds of things that their leader does or that they've seen their leader do? No, they would not. They wouldn't. But clearly, they believed, not just in the leader, but in the authority and the power that the leader commands, that the leader has. And it worked for them. It worked for them. And that could be as simple as believing in the word of the leader. It could be as simple as believing in the word of a leader. So you don't want to commit to the leader. You don't want to believe in the leader. Well, you are not ready. But as quickly as you can demonstrate that in reality, in sincerity, you will see the reaction of your leader change. You will see the commitment of your leader change, because your faith or your confidence in your leader is like a seed. When you put it in the ground, when you sow it, when you show your leader, I am fully committed to you, I believe in your authority, I believe in you, and you do what your leader says, forget it. You will see a new side of your leader, a different side of your leader, an eagerness on the part of your leader to respond. You will wow your leader, because many people do not express that kind of faith. It reminds me of the parable that Jesus told of the persistent widow in Luke chapter 18. When it was started by saying, men ought always to pray and not to faint. And then he spoke about the widow who was oppressed by her adversaries. And this widow went to court, went to the judge. And the judge was such a corrupt judge, he wasn't going to do anything about her case. But the woman persisted to the point that the judge said, look, I just have to give this woman what she needs, otherwise she's going to wear me out. And what did Jesus say when he was concluding that parable? He said, well, if an ordinary judge can do that, what about him? He said, but the problem is this: when the Son of Man comes, will he find faith on the earth? That is, we talk about faith, we talk about believing in the leader's authority, but it's a scarce commodity. You scarcely find people following a leader who are fully committed to the leader, especially in this day and age where it's all about independence. Everybody wants to do his or her own thing. But that's contrary to the way that life has been designed to work. It is. That's the truth. It is. He said, when the Son of Man comes, will he find the faith? That is, will he be able to do the things he wants to do, is capable of doing, the blessing, the transformation that he wants to bring to the lives of the people? Will he be able to bring that to pass in their lives? Because he needs their faith. He needs them to touch his heart. And you know what he said there? He said, look, if he found that faith, if an ordinary man can do that, God will do that speedily, which means he's the shortest cut to the heart of your leader, the shortest cut to benefit from your leader. Ignite faith in the leader. You will see how it will, in your experience, you'll be shocked. It will look like, because you will shock the leader. These things are not often found. Not everyone is committed. All right? Not everyone is committed. Not everyone is committed. You scarcely find committed followers. So when you find them, it's like a shock to the leader. It's like a shock to the leader. And it's important that you believe in your leader. A lot of times, many of us, we like the quote from 2 Chronicles 20:20, where, Jehoshaphat was saying, he said, believe the Lord your God, so shall you be established. Believe also his prophet, so shall you prosper. Notice, your faith in God is incomplete without believing the servant of God, without believing the leader. I just told you in Ephesians 4 and verse 11, he gave those leaders for the saints to be perfected. He gave the leaders. So if you want to say you believe in God, great, fantastic. But that faith is incomplete because God has agents. You must believe in the agents. He sent his word and healed them. How did he send his word? Did he speak his word directly? Did he shout his word down from heaven? No. He sent his word through his agents. All right? He has agents. Leaders, good leaders especially, are agents of God. They're agents of God. So you must believe in them as well. You must believe in them. And I said, they are gods. Leaders are gods, small letter G. And some might say, okay, I mean, now that is extreme. Okay, well, you can say it is extreme. You can say it's extreme. But that's the same thing they said about Jesus when he was doing a couple of things, and he was talking about himself as the Son of God. And they were saying, I mean, who do you think you are? And he had to tell them in John 10, if you read 34 to 37. He said, why do you have a problem with the fact that I'm referring to myself as Son of God? But have you read the scriptures? Did he not say you are gods? And he says so in Psalm 82 verse 5 or thereabout. All right. And so, and he said, all right, so if he called them gods unto whom the word of the Lord came, how can you then say that I am blaspheming because I said I'm a son of God? Say, you don't understand these issues. You don't understand these issues. Leaders are gods. I mean, Second Chronicles says, believe the Lord your God, believe also his prophet. It was so, all right. They are not, capital letter G gods. They are small letter G gods. They stand in the place of God. They are empowered. They have power. They have authority. So it's important that you believe in them. It's important that you believe in that. Be reminded also of Matthew 10 and verse 41. If you receive a prophet in the name of a prophet, you will receive the reward of a prophet. If you receive a righteous man in the name of a righteous man, you will receive the reward of a righteous man. What do you think receive there mean? Receive there refers to believe. John chapter 1 and verse 12, it said, to those who received him, he gave power to become sons of God. He gave what? Power to become sons of God, even to those who believed on his name. So you see there, receive and believe essentially are talking about the same thing. So you need to move your leader with your faith. Move your leader with your faith. Move your leader with your faith. If Leadership Monday, I spoke on the subject of, authority matters. And there I used the example of the centurion, who ran to Jesus. So you want to check that out. Just this Monday, I spoke on that. It will do you great good if you can listen to that. All right. So if you look at Matthew 8, I spoke from the centurion whose servant was very sick, unto death. And, he sent people to Jesus. Eventually, he ran to Jesus himself, and he said to him, look, all I need to do, you don't need to come to my house, just speak the word. And Jesus was wondering, what do you mean, just speak the word and my servant will get healed? He said, well, I'm a man under authority. He said, I say to this, go, and it goes. I say to that, comes, and it comes. I say to my servant, do this, and it does it. All right, so I understand. He was saying to Jesus, so I understand. Understand the place of a leader. Understand the place of the authority of a leader. All right. And, Jesus said, wow, it really touched the heart of Jesus because that was a gesture, clear gesture of faith. And Jesus made it clear that it was faith that he was exhibiting at that point. He said, wow, he looked around and said, I have never seen this kind of faith, great faith, he called it. No, not in all of Israel. To meet a man who believed, he's a leader himself. A centurion, he's a leader. All right, he's a top military guy and he has his own band. Okay, so I mean, I guess that gave him an upper hand because his background was such that he understood the workings of power and authority. And of course, he knew Jesus. He had heard of him, and knew, well, this was somebody, you can count on whatever he says. You can count on his use of authority. He has it. Okay. And he said it clearly. And he was willing to hold on to it. He said, don't come to my house. I am not even worthy to receive you. Just speak the word. I know what power the word, the authority of a leader commands. All right. And that's all. That's all. And Jesus said that was great faith. Immediately he told him, just go. I mean, you have secured what you want. Just go. Not everybody could have gotten that. Just go. You have secured what you want. All right. You have secured what you want. Instantly is the key to the leader's heart. No beating about the bush, no rigmaroling. The leader deployed the power and authority for the use of the guy. Says, go your way. What you want has been done. Wow. Go your way. What you want has been done. And it was done. It was done. Well, you might think, okay, that was a miracle and all of that. Let me tell you, that's how it works. What made Jesus who he was as a leader is there are things that make your leader who he or she is as a leader. When you exercise the same kind of commitment, you will cause them to use all that they have, all that makes them tick for your benefit. And they will get the results that you desire out of that. They will bring everything they have to bear, for your use because of your faith in them and indeed in the authority that they command. In the authority that they command. That's the thing. You must not miss that point here. It's not just about the faith, but as expressed in relation to the authority of the leader. That's the secret here. That's the mystery here. And we shouldn't let that slip by us. So if you remain uncommitted as a follower, you settle for frustration and disappointment. But you need not do that when you can move your leader with your faith. What are you afraid of? Believing in your leader. Stop shortchanging yourself. Put yourself in the position where you touch the heart of your leader and see how the leader repositions you in relation to himself or herself, and maybe that will be the beginning of a more enjoyable, a more fruitful, a more productive relationship with your leader. That's the shortcut to your leader's heart. If you can adjust, if you can take advantage of what you have had today, well, you would have done something major to the relationship that you have with your leader. And that's where I'm going to be stopping today on Leadership in 30 Minutes. I believe it has been a blessing to you. And I'd like to thank you for joining me today. I'd like to thank you for joining me today. Don't forget the Equip Bootcamp, 40-day bootcamp begins again on the 1st of May. You want to be a part of it. You should cultivate the spirit of excellence, like Daniel, like Jesus. You see the way Jesus operates. You should cultivate. Do you see power? Do you see authority? If you come on the 40-day bootcamp, 40 consecutive days, and we'll be going through the parables of Jesus, one parable a day, 1.5 hours daily. Empower yourself through an adventure that you have never undertaken and see how it will change your life. And a lot of what I'm sharing, you will be exposed to them in far greater detail. The link is there. I look forward to welcoming you to that session. I look forward, to you entering a new season, a new frequency of excellence. It's possible, and there are people operating it today, and you can be one of those. You can be one of those. Olatunji Shobodu again is my name. Thank you. I see you tomorrow if you're able to join me. It's the Leadership Riddles podcast. I'll be speaking to yet another riddle, a leadership riddle. On that, I only speak about certain riddles, relating to leadership. And you can watch that on my YouTube channel as well, and take advantage of it. All right, enjoy the rest of your week, and make sure to do leadership right. God bless you.